Okay, this is Chase, and I'm going to teach you how to do no comply 180. So hold on. Oh no, it's no. Okay, but I'm going to teach you how to no comply 180. And if you're wondering what a no comply 180 is it's when you put your foot somewhere, you know, right. I put it right here, my front foot right there. Oh, and that sound in the background is my parrot. Oh, I'll show him. Okay, there he is. Okay, you've seen him. Okay, but anyways, and you put your back foot somewhere around this area. Just maybe get not quite at the end of the tail, but just so you can get a nice solid scoop. And to no comply 180, you're gonna want to know how to. Well, you don't have to, but you're gonna probably want to know how to 180 and 180 and what's it doing? Front side shove it. And once you know both of those, you can try no comply 180. And no comply 180 is when you pop. Okay, that rolled off, but you pop and you scoop it so it goes like that. Oh, I'll do it with my actual foot. You scoop it like that. You kind of put your pressure a bit more on the back of your foot so it scoops up like that. The reason I want to do that is so it's controlled more. And some people do it like this, but I don't recommend that because then it can get out of hand. But if you put it right here and you scoop it like that, then it'll be really controlled. And what the front foot's going to do is when you're no comply 180, you're going to lean backwards like that, kind of. You put your foot backwards and pop off like that. So it's going to be like, but you're going to push that way, you know, so it's going to be more like, okay, I can't do this with socks. But you pop off, it's going to go like that, right? And your foot's just going to be around here, you know, keep it controlled, and just step off. Then you're going to push it around like this. See, my feet are going to be like that. Now, when it comes around like this, you can either go like, you can either scoop around and land like that and then step on. That won't look as good because they usually step on after it lands. So you want to keep it around you so you end up like this. Once it's about to land, then you can just step on and keep going. And that is pretty much how you no comply 180. And some common problems would be the board getting away from you or flipping. And that's just because you probably don't have the right foot placement. Oh, and if you're a beginner and you, like I'm not like amazing. I'm pink banana status, but in the skateboarding world. But if you put your, it's a YouTube channel. If you put your foot here and you scoop it like that, and you don't do anything else, like nothing like this or that or this, then it should scoop properly, and you should lean back and really get that pocket going like that. And you guide it around with your foot, you know, like that. Then it should work out properly, unless you'll just have to find out how much power you want to put into it, what kind of speed you like to go, and all those things factor in, but you'll just have to learn those on your own. And that is how you no comply 180. Alright, I am going to now be teaching you how to fakie. And a fakie kickflip is just a kickflip, which you should learn first before doing this. And you're moving fakie stance, which is where you're just in your regular moving stance, except instead of moving this way, you're moving that way. But you probably know that. And you can just get in your regular kickflip stance. To do a more controlled fakie kickflip, I put my foot around here, just to keep it more controlled, so you know it turns out nicer. And then even though I'm not even that good at this trick, probably shouldn't be teaching you. And my back foot likes to be around here, so I get a nice solid pop. You want a really solid pop with this because you're gonna want to control it. If you don't control it, it's gonna go like that, or it's gonna fly way ahead or behind or rotate or something crazy. So you want to get in your really comfortable kickflip stance. Not exactly your, well, actually now that I think about it, you should have your foot a bit further back because of the way the momentum of this trick comes into play. Because when you're going fake, you're going to pop. That's going to move it a bit backwards, and you're already moving backwards, so that's going to have a lot of backward force coming back this way. So what you're going to do is your foot is going to go up, and you're going to do it, you're going to, in this foot right here, the flicking foot, is going to do it a bit later. It's going to just come off in the pocket like that, a bit to the side. And what this should do is when you're going later, is that it should pop as usual, except instead of just going like that behind you, flying up like that, or kicking out way too late, it's going that way, then it should go up, and then it should stabilize it out a bit, because you're flicking later. Then you should rotate, and then you should land it. And you want to land this trick on the, either further up on the skateboard with your front foot up, you know, and it's kind of in switch stance, or bolts, or around anywhere around there. Because if you land on your tail, this is gonna happen. You're gonna do the trick, you know. You're gonna come back, and then you're just gonna do that, and then you're gonna fall down. It's gonna suck. So, I guess you can just leave comments about Fakie kickflips, and I will probably answer them. Maybe, probably, possibly, most likely not. But just leave a comment, and I will probably, maybe most likely not, answer your question on the trick. There aren't that many ways you can go wrong as long as you know, flick a bit later into this and more to the side of it, and then make sure you're really committing to it, because if you don't commit, then, you know, it's just gonna... Okay, I'm going to be teaching you how to nollie caballerial now. Which is also known as the nollie cab. And something you want to know before you learn this trick is you're going to want to know how to nollie half cab, which looks like this. Kind of like that, except, you know, it's pretty sketchy. But and then once you learn how to nollie half cab, then you can learn the nollie cab. And the foot in the nollie cab is it's the same as a nollie half cab, except once you turn the 180, you're going to turn a tiny bit more, and then land in a manual, not on your tail, but in a manual, and then rotate the rest of the way around, so you'll land in your regular movement. The regular direction that you normally move in. And the foot placement for this trick is so I'm regular, and I would put my feet like this for an ollie, so I'd be moving this way. And then for nollie cab, I would put one foot back somewhere back here. I like to put it pretty close to covering the bolts. And well, if you didn't watch the earlier part of this video, then wait, there is a parrot. That's what's making all the noise. There it is. Oh, I'm going to focus. Oh, there it is. Okay, but that's my parrot, and he's the one making all the noise. So put your foot. Well, I would put my foot around here because it keeps it really nice and controlled, so you know it doesn't go back shooting that way or something. You just and I like to put my back foot around here. You know, a bit of my heel off, bit of my toes off. Don't go crazy like that. But, you know, just keep it nice to where you can do it. Just do your same. Just do pretty much the same nollie half cab positioning, except angle this foot up like this more, and put this foot a bit further back. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna pop that nollie. So you're gonna pop down like that. But when you pop, you're gonna immediately start scooping, kind of. It's not so much of a pop as a scoop. Then once you scoop, it's gonna rotate 180 like this. And to keep the back of the tail down, which is really important, you're gonna need to lean, like after you pop pop and turn, you're gonna lean really uncomfortably far back, like that. Not to the point where you hurt yourself, but just as far as you can without killing yourself. So just go like that, pop, scoop, and right when you're about 45 degrees, you're gonna be leaning back pretty far. And you're gonna have your foot, because this foot is gonna actually slide up a bit, your back foot. So it's gonna be in this area. So then once you've rotated 180, then you're gonna land in a manual. Oh, I have troubles with manuals. No, like a switch nose manual is what it would be, or a Fakie manual. And then you're gonna pivot on your wheels the rest of the rotation. And this trick is pretty much foolproof, as long as you remember to lean towards the tail there after you're about 45 degrees into it, like that. So once you've rotated like this, 45 degrees, I'm running over them. But once you've rotated that much, then you're gonna make sure you're leaning backwards, not only in that direction, but also in that direction, so it's like that. You're leaning there. And then your foot's gonna be about here by now. Then you turn. Be quiet, Coco. That's his name. There he is, the little turd. Turd nugget. Monster. Okay, and then once you've rotated 180, then you just land in the manual and pivot the rest of the 180. Shop. Okay. I'll let him see me. He needs to see me. Okay, and that is how you nollie cab. You can leave any comments about problems with the trick, and I will probably answer them. And if I don't, then just find a better trick tip. And that is how you nollie caballerial. Nollie, kind of like a nollie 360, but land in that pivot thingy. And that is how you do that.